The pioneer woman in Indian Renaissance, Annie Besant, certainly holds a very high rank. She was born in the times when, in London, when it was believed that a Negro, a Jew, a woman has to be gold to pass for silver test. In those times, in those days, the color of the skin determined the Negro. Religious differences created this meaningless prejudice among the whites and the orthodox religious people against the Jews. And Annie Besant, in much early age, she was puzzled by the question, and with this kind of philosophy in the air, why should women be subjected to this prejudice? And this was the thought which made Annie Besant later in life. My friend, Annie Besant, half Anglican, half Irish, was a political reformer, women's right activist, theosophist, and Indian nationalist, I would say. She was the leading woman of the late 19th century. Annie Besant was born a rebel. Her entire life journey, entire life pilgrimage was the social, I would say, besides the social and political activities, she was an ardent and unstoppable when it comes to the women's liberation and her unending search for the truth. After her remarkable achievements on various fronts, social sectors and political platforms, she ultimately found peace and contentment in theosophy. In her early life in England itself, she pleaded for home rule for India and Ireland. She arrived in India in 1893, and here she had to see that her dream, her thought, is fulfilled to a reality. India was the magic land for her, where she found the end of her journey in search of truth. In 1916, she started campaigning for the home rule movement to plead the cause of India's freedom. And her campaigning and traveling across the country, it annoyed the local British rulers. She became a problem for them, for the entire British administration here and in England. The governor of Madras advised her ultimately to leave this country, leave India. Obviously she refused, and she was interned by the British in Ooty. And here this was the turning point. This created sensation all over the India. A woman of Mrs. Besant's stature, who spent her life in cultural and educational activities, was interned just because she wanted India to be free. Annie Besant never claimed any credit for the work she did for India. Nor did she live long enough to realize her dream of home rule for India. She passed away in 1933, 14 years before our independence. In 1977, she was invited to become the president of the Indian National Congress, and she did become the president of the Indian National Congress. My friend, no account of any Besant service to India can be complete if you do not remember her great contribution to the organization of the women of India into a social composite group. She campaigned ruthlessly, uniting all these women across the country. And the ultimate result was that the first session of the All India Women's Conference was held in Pune in 1927 under the chairmanship of Maharani Chinnabai Gaikwad, another most progressive and independent woman. The contribution of Annie Besant in the Renaissance of India is simply unforgettable and cannot be denied. Thank you very much.